Today, I'll be demonstrating how to use Wise Owl's high pigmented glaze to stain wood. When using oil-based glaze, you often have to wait 72 hours before you can seal. When you're using glaze, you can seal in as little as 30 minutes. I prefer Wise Owl's glaze because it's heavily pigmented and I get deep, rich color. Today, I'll be using two different colors. Java is a rich brown color, and I'll be deepening the color using black walnut. Things I'll be using today, my 50-50 mixture of both Java and black walnut, my misting spray bottle, and paper towels to wipe back the excess glaze. I'll begin by spraying my piece. The water helps open up the wood grain so that it can accept the pigments more readily. Using my misting spray bottle, I want to wet my piece entirely. I want it to be completely wet, but not soaking wet. I'm going to let my water sit for just a moment because I want it to absorb into the wood fibers and really open that wood grain. I want my piece to be wet, but I do not want water to be sitting on top of the wood because it'll water down my glaze. I don't want to wait too long because then my wood might dry. Now we are. Perfect. I'll begin by using my Klingon brush to apply my glaze. I want to apply the glaze evenly so that my final result is a nice, even stained piece. This is a pretty small piece, so I'm able to cover the entire thing for this step. If I were working on a larger piece of furniture, I would do it one section at a time in order to guarantee even results. You want to ensure that your wood is sanded all the way back to bare wood before you do this process. After I've gotten full even coverage, I'm going to let my piece sit for about 1 minute. I want to ensure that the wood has an opportunity to soak in the pigments from the glaze. Be careful not to let your piece sit too long because you don't want your glaze to dry on your piece. Now that I've waited a moment, I'm going to wipe back the excess glaze using my paper towels. Because this is a water-based product, you could use a lint-free towel to do this and not have to worry about ruining your washer. Notice the beautiful deep color that you get from using the glaze. Before you seal your piece, you want to ensure that it's completely dry. This piece has been glazed and allowed to dry. Notice how beautiful the stain is, and you can still see the wood grain of the piece. Now I'm going to be ready to seal this piece. My preference for sealer is Wise Owl's varnish. It's durable, has clear resin, and dries in a little time. Today I'll be using satin. Notice I store my varnish in FIFO bottles. The yellow tip allows for a slower flow. This is a piece that has been sealed using the satin varnish. Now, after only about 30 minutes, I'm ready to move forward with my project.